everyone, it's Rebecca from the Glitch Stitchery. I'm here today with my Sips and Stitches. This will probably air in January if I had to guess. It depends. I have a lot of stuff on the fire right now, so it depends on when I get it done. So in addition to my Sips by box, I also have some packages I'm going to be opening up. And then after that, we're going to have my Sewrella order to open up, and we're going to make something from the Sewrella order. So we're going to start with all the packages over here, and just see everything that came and make some tea. And then we'll open up the Sewrellas. So for starters, I have this package here. So this one's from Lemur Ink, and it's for a hobby that I have outside of fiber arts, but I did want to show it off because I think it'll be really pretty. So I'm really into, for a long time now, since like 2012, I have been into fountain pens, and I'm not very active in that community. I'm not really active in any of my hobbies communities, but I do still collect, and I follow the groups, and I cannot get this open today. Let's try this again. I do most of my journaling in fountain pen, and Mike is in the background, so you might hear him. Anyway, one of the brands I buy from a lot is Twisby, T-W-S-B-I. I will say Lemur Ink does a really good job with wrapping stuff, so nothing arrives broken. I buy from them a lot. I apologize for all the crinkling, because it's a lot harder to get this open than I thought it would be. Anyway, Twisby has new colors of their most common model of pen come out a few times a year, and every time a new color comes out, I have to buy it. I have a pretty decent set. I'm still missing one of the earlier colors. I think it was turquoise. I wish they'd re-release it, but I don't think that will happen. So this one is Jade Green. Okay, finally got out. Finally, look at all this. Finally got it out. All right. So with each order, Lemur Ink does a handwritten note. And it's also kind of like an ink recommendation. So this one was written in Pilot Yamabuto, which is a color I want, but still haven't bought. So Twisby comes in a paper box, and then inside the paper box, it's a plastic box that has stickers on either side holding it shut. And I just wanted to open up my packages I've gotten for the last couple of weeks, because I did order some fun stuff that I wanted to put in my last box openings, but because of delivery times, I wasn't able to. So, the special edition color for winter 2021, Jade Green. I love this. So I ordered a stub nib, and this is a piston type, so you crank it, and the piston goes up and down to, like, you'll have it in a bottle of ink, and you'll suck the ink up. So I will demonstrate that for you after I'm done opening everything, so you can see what it's like, and I'll write with it a little bit. But I love these. I have quite a few of them, and I love this color. It's really pretty. The last color I got from them was purple. I can show you that one too. I'm actually using that one for my journal lately. I keep a Hobonichi Teicho. I'm probably pronouncing that totally wrong, but it's like a Japanese planner, and I always buy the earthbound ones, and I just find that paper does really well with fountain pens, so I like trying out different colors and using it to make it really decorative. It's really fun. So next I have my Darn Good Yarn monthly package. It's just a little thing. These used to come in really cute boxes, and now they're little envelopes, which I'm sure is simpler to ship, but they are less cute. So, Yarn of the Month Club. What do we got? So we've got Stars in the Night Sky, Silk Roving Worsted Weight, and it's one of the sparkly ones. That's really pretty. It reminds me of the Van Gogh painting, which is probably what it was named after. So yeah, I like this color quite a bit. Next we have Tea Drops, and I had really wanted to put this one in the last box opening, but it arrived too late, so it goes in this one instead. Around Black Friday they had a really good deal, and I had wanted to top off my chocolate Earl Grey stash, and I figured I'd try a couple new colors while I was at it. So interesting. Okay, so we've got some sort of booklet. I'm not really sure why I have this. Story and Tea, I don't know what that is. Set that aside. And it looks like they've sent along 2 samples. So we got the Hello Kitty English Breakfast as a sample, and Hello Kitty Strawberry Matcha Green Tea as a sample. And then for what I actually ordered, I had ordered a tube of the Hello Kitty English Breakfast and 25 of the vanilla white tea, which I'm really hoping is good, because I have been trying a ton of vanilla teas lately and most of them have been terrible. I really want a good vanilla tea. And I got a pin, so it's I think this one glows in the dark. It's like a Hello Kitty in a teacup. I thought it was cute, and I put the pins on my cork board. And I got a 25 of the chocolate Earl Grey, which I love. It's just so good. It's one of my favorite Earl Greys, actually, which I didn't think I would like it that much because of the sediment in the bottom of the cup, but it's really not a big deal. And it has more of a hot cocoa flavor than most of the other chocolate teas I've tried. So, excuse me. That's the Tea Drops order. And I will probably try the Hello Kitty Earl Grey and the vanilla white tea along with the Sip Spy order, just because then it's trying all the new teas at once and I don't have to heat as much water. So last box to open, Sip Spy box. And I'll open that up. There's always just the one piece of tape, so those are pretty easy to open. All right, December teas. So we've got Zest tea Earl Grey. So these are a high energy tea. They have more caffeine in them than an average tea would. We have Tea Head Cherry Vanilla. Ooh, that sounds good. So this one has apple, hibiscus, rosehip, elderberries, beetroot, rose petals, blackberry, sour cherry, and vanilla in it. I feel like vanilla should be higher in the list of ingredients. I mean, since it says cherry vanilla is the flavor. But I am very curious about this one. So this one's a caffeine-free tea. We've got Monsoon tea mint green, so green tea and peppermint. And British breakfast from the Republic of Tea. I love the Republic of Tea. I love the round tea bags because they fit in my cup really well. So I will get some water heated up and we will try all of these teas plus the 2 new tea drop flavors. And then we will open up the Sewrella packages and talk about what project we're going to do today. Alright, so we're here with our tea tasting. We have the 4 teas from the Sips by box and the 2 new teas that I want to try from Tea Drops. So we're going to start our way from this end and work our way down. The first one is the Cherry Vanilla Tea by Tea Head. So let me just fish the tea bag out of here. It's very red, which is good, of course. I don't really taste vanilla, but I definitely taste cherry.
Not bad.
Yeah, I kind of like that one. I don't usually care for fruit teas a lot, but this one's really solid. I might buy this one. I like it quite a bit.
I could drink that on the odd occasion.
Yeah. I think it'd be really good iced, actually. Like better iced than it is hot.
Maybe.
Alright.
It's possible.
The next one is Mint Green by Monsoon Tea.
Mint.
You don't really like mint.
I know you do it.
Not minty enough.
No.
No, it's not a bad tea, it's just not minty enough for me.
Smell it.
Are you okay?
Yeah. That's water. Excuse me, it's water. Dang it.
Don't die on me.
See, I don't taste nothing.
I know, that's what I said. Like, it just tastes like green tea. I don't really taste the mint.
I mean, I love green tea, but I think they need to make that a little bit stronger. Unless there's a way.
It's also possible that it needs to be steeped longer, maybe. I mean, I went 5 minutes, which is the max it says on here, but maybe it needs even longer. I can mess around with it.
Maybe.
Alright, next one is Earl Grey Energy Tea from Zest Tea. So this is a higher caffeine content than
unhealthy tea then.
I didn't say that. There's not necessarily anything unhealthy about caffeine.
It's an energy drink here.
Okay, sure. Call it an energy drink if you want. It's very inaccurate.
It's inaccurate? It says energy tea. Oh dear.
That doesn't make it Red Bull. God, that's gross.
That's gross. It'll smell bad. Oh.
They overdid the bergamot, like a lot.
No.
It was terrible. This is kind of disappointing so far. All right. British Breakfast Black Tea by the Republic of Tea. Can't really go wrong with the Republic of Tea, so this one should be good.
Where is that here?
The Republic of Tea?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably near Never Never Land. Alright.
Don't switch and break that.
Much better. Okay, this one you'll like. It's just a solid black tea, nothing too fancy.
I think the heater's
drying you out. Always does. Well, that's what tea is for. It's good, right?
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
I really like Republic of Tea's Earl Greyer. And this one's a solid British breakfast. The red one was awesome. The cherry vanilla was awesome.
The green one's not bad. Needs a little bit more mint.
We should probably keep it separate from the other one so we don't mix it in, because I don't want to accidentally drink this one.
Yeah.
It was not great. Alright, so now we've got Tea Drops Vanilla White Tea.
Ooh.
This is the one that has the sediment at the bottom.
I'm not too keen on the color.
It's an interesting color. I'm not sure if I was supposed to add milk to the white tea or not, but I did. It's not on there. I bought these separately. That's good, actually. Here, try that. I'm not sure it tastes super vanilla. Like, I can taste vanilla, but not like a huge amount of vanilla.
It doesn't smell bad.
But it's good. You don't like it?
No, I don't.
That's
like
all
that.
right. I like it. And finally, we have Tea Drops. Their Hello Kitty English breakfast. So the tea drop was shaped like Hello Kitty's face.
Which, in a way, I find disturbing. Besides the color of that.
It's an okay black tea. Not super interesting.
Is it just straight black?
Well, it's a lot like the British breakfast. It's basically the same tea, but it's a tea drop instead of a tea bag. Yeah, that's what I thought.
No.
But it's not bad compared to that.
Give me something. No.
You can finish the cherry vanilla if you want.
Oh. I need to get that taste out of my mouth. No. No.
Well, I liked it. But don't worry, I only bought 10 of those ones, so.
They're all yours.
That's fine. I like tea drops because I can take them with me to work. I don't have a teapot at work. So. Alright, so that is it for today's tea tastings. So we had the Cherry Vanilla by Tea Head, Mint Green by Monsoon Tea, Earl Grey by Zest Tea, British Breakfast Black Tea by the Republic of Tea, White Vanilla Tea by Tea Drops, and English Breakfast by Tea Drops. So, just in case you ever wanted to look any of them up. Well, you can't tell which one's which by this point. I know you're confused. That's alright.
We moved them around.
Well, yes.
So,
So yeah, that was the tea for this month. Now the only thing left for this video is for me to do the Sewrella box opening when those arrive. And they should be here within the next couple of days, and then we will finish off this video. Alright, so both of my packages from Sewrella arrived. I was a little nervous one of them would come later than the other, just because the tracking wasn't exactly lined up for both of them, but they both came on the same day, so that was great. I don't think I explained before what the Sewrella Oopsies sale is, and this is actually my first time participating in it, so I'm not sure exactly how often during the year she does this, but when she has a lot of skeins saved up that are second quality, so maybe the color isn't exactly what she wanted, or maybe they were tests and she didn't end up going with that color, like when she's testing colors. They get saved up, and then she does a big sale where they're bundled up into surprise packages of 4 for the normal size skeins, and also packs of mini skeins. I forget how many are in those. And she does a big sale where they're on a reduced price, and you go in and you buy a surprise pack, and you don't necessarily know exactly what you're going to get for colors. You just choose the base they're on, and the sale goes super fast. The sale started at noon. I was worried about the Suri selling first because that was a pretty newer base, and I definitely wanted to try it, so I started right at noon. I bought the Suri and a surprise pack of tea, and then I was like, oh, I still have time left. I got that done in less than 30 seconds because I was already logged in and everything. So then I went back and I did the mohair lace and a pack of mini skeins. So 2 packages. We're going to open those up, see what we got, and we're going to make us a project with something we received because I have no idea what colors I got. You could leave a note and request certain color types. I decided I would rather just leave it a complete surprise because it's more fun. So I have no idea what's in here. I'm guessing, I don't know actually. I'm gonna say this one's probably the Suri. It has the picture. I love these bags. I'm honestly not sure. So we're gonna open this one first. Oh, it has a pull thing. I don't need my blade for that. So excited. And they came super fast too, because when you placed the order, she said she was going to be shipping everything out on the 17th, which she did, 17th of December, and then they arrived the Monday after that, so Friday to Monday. So that's quite quick. Alright, yeah, this one's the Suri. Ooh, these match better than I thought they would. Alright, so we're going to start with the tea. We got the Salem loose leaf, I'm gonna have to look up what was in this one because I don't remember. But whatever one, if it's one I can't have, I'll just send it on to one of my family members because there's a lot of us that drink tea, so that'll be fine. What was in that one? I'll figure it out. I'm sure she has it on her Instagram somewhere. Alright. 4 skeins of Suri. 100% Suri alpaca. 437 yards of fine. So I think that's fingering or lace, I can't remember. So we got kind of earthy colors here. Ooh, it's soft. It's very, very soft. This one has a little bit of like a teal in it. And then there's like this, I don't know what to call this color. Mauve? I don't know. And then this one is more green. It looks like it's in the same family as this one, so maybe they're from the same color, but then they ended up second quality. Because I can see why this one's a second quality. I don't know. It would look... These colors do look like they would all go pretty well together. And there was not... Like, she hasn't had this base very long, so I knew there wouldn't be a huge number of colors for her to pick from. So that's part of why I didn't put a I want this color thing in there. But yeah, these are really, really soft. I'll have to get this base again. Maybe then she has like a really bright red. That'd be nice. Alright, I'm just going to put that off to the side for a moment. Go to this one. So this one would be mohair lace and mini skeins. Alright. Okay. So, I love this. This is great. It's a lot of red in there, but I love these 3 like a lot. And then these will tie in nicely with the others. Like this is a pretty these could all go together really well in a project. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 mini skeins. I don't know if she does it the same every time, but 10 mini skeins in this one. And then for the mohair, this is like the most me pack I've ever gotten in my life. Look at this. Look at it. So we got like a, I think this one was one of the summer tonals because I remember this color. And then this one is like all different variegated. I'll take it out of the plastic actually, because then you would actually be able to see them better. Alright, so these one. And then this one goes really well with it. And then we've got this one and this one. Now these two I feel like might originally have been the same color, maybe. And they just came out a little different. Because they have very similar colors in them in the same areas. But this one looks a little more orange, while this one looks a little more pink. That's my guess. It's not like I know her colors well enough to know what color they are, but they are very nice. So, my thought process with getting the mohair is I have a bunch of ideas saved up for the future of like, there are some patterns I have saved on Ravelry for making socks where you hold a strand of mohair lace with it, and it's supposed to be like really fuzzy socks. But my thought process is that I also want to see if a mohair silk lace can replace the nylon in a standard pair of socks, because I have been blending mohair and nylon into my socks, and that's been working fairly well for the ones I spin. So I am curious about that. There are also like hat patterns and even sweater patterns where it's like a bunch of scraps and mini skeins, and then like, well, there's different ways of handling it, but you hold 2 strands of fingering weight together and 1 strand of mohair, and then the end result is really heathered and different and interesting. So that is also an option. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to play out yet, and I'm not sure I would want to put those mini skeins with this batch of mohair. This one's just so pretty. I would want this with more blues, I think. Blues and greens. Alright, so what I'd actually been planning on doing for this video is I'm going to take one of the skeins of alpaca and we're going to just see how it works up. So I'm going to have to cake this up instead of leaving it in the skein form, and we're going to just try it out, see what we're left with. Which one do I want? And the others are going to sit in my stash for a bit. I'll probably end up weaving with at least one of these. I think it would work well as a woven piece. I think I'll use the one that has more blue to it. This one. Alright. So, I'll get that caked up, and I'll be right back. That took a while for me to get wound up, not because it was tangled or anything, but because my ball winder likes to eat fluffy yarn, so I should probably replace the ball winder at some point. Anyway, make sure that works. Yes, it does. All right, I have not really any clue what I'm going to do with this yarn. Right now I just want to do a few different stitches and see how it works up, because I've never actually worked with this fluffy Suri alpaca stuff. According to the tag, it is 100% Suri alpaca, and it's fine, so it's more of a fingering weight. Now, the equivalent mohair type stuff is mohair silk generally, and is a lace weight, so a 0 weight. So this is a little bit thicker, and I think it's a little bit softer. Not much, but a little bit. Let me see if I can. Okay. So I just wanted to see how it works up. I'm using a bigger hook than what you would expect, because with fluffy yarns like this, the fluff fills in the empty space, and if you make it too dense, then the fluffiness tends to be kind of lost. So you want to leave it some open space to just kind of expand and fill. And it is really, really soft. In the long run, I think I would probably hold this along with a strand of fingering or sport weight yarn, ideally in a color that kind of goes with it, and do kind of a heathered deal, just like I would do with a lot of the mohair. I still don't know what I would make with it, but I think it would work up nicely that way. All right, let's start with just single crochet. Let's see if I can even see the top of my stitches after. Because that is my one fear with fluffy yarns, that I can't see what I'm doing. I should have grabbed a crochet hook with a pointier head, I think. This one's a little too round for me to get into the stitches well. This color is really interesting. I have no idea what the original color was meant to be called. I vaguely recognize it, but I'd have to go through pictures of the old collections to find it. But what it reminds me of is a New England beach after a winter storm, because then everything's wet and the sea is angry and kind of blue-green, and the beach is covered in kelp, which is like a green-brown color. I assume it's kelp. I'm not actually sure what type of seaweed it is. It doesn't really matter. This color reminds me of that. Although thankfully yarn smells way better than a seaweed covered beach. If you've never been near a beach after a storm like that, seaweed smells really, really bad. Looks cool, but it smells really bad. That is the best time to find shells though. Alright, so very fuzzy. But I can see the top of the stitches-ish. If I was working it with a strand of fingering weight with it, I would see it better. Worked alone, this is probably better for more open stitches, like a shell stitch, so that I can see what I'm doing better. Let's see. Let's do double crochet. And it is similar to working with the mohair, but I so rarely use the mohair alone that I can't even necessarily compare it that well, because I always hold it with something else. Oh, missed it. There we go. And I know you hear that noise in the back of my videos a lot. That is my refrigerator, and I am so sorry, but there is nothing I can do about it. Just turns on randomly and is super loud. Drives me insane. Whatever you make with this, the end result, as long as you use a big enough hook, is going to be really light and fluffy. So it'll keep you super, super warm if you're making like a scarf or something like that, but it's not going to be heavy. So that's nice too. I know I saw some people in the comments of some of her colorway debuts saying they were planning on buying enough when they found the right color to make a sweater, and this would be such a light, lovely sweater. I've seen a lot of mohair fluffy sweaters like that. I haven't really seen much for alpaca. I think it would be a little fragile for me as a sweater. I tend to be hard on my things, but it would be amazing. Also amazing would be like a woven scarf with a silk warp and then Suri alpaca for the weft. Because I think this will have really amazing drape too. I haven't used a huge amount of Suri, but it does tend to be pretty drapey and silky. Alright, so that's the double crochet stitch. You can see the open work, how the fluffiness is kind of filling the empty space, just like I expected. Actually, you know, I've been comparing this to mohair, but texturally it actually reminds me more of Angora rabbit. It's very, very soft, almost downy. So that's something to consider. One, two, three. Let's see if I can do some shells here. Once the first row of shells is done, it should be easy because there'll be empty spaces to put the next ones in. But in the setup stage, it might be a little difficult. I bet this would make a beautiful, like, lacy shawl, too. That's not something I'm necessarily good at doing, but it would be super light. Just really nice texture for that. It might actually be easier to knit with this than crochet, because then all your stitches are already on the knitting needles, so you're not fumbling around trying to find the top of the stitch. Live and learn, I guess. By the time this video comes out, I'm pretty sure Sewrella's January collection will have already come out. It's like a greatest hits collection, I think. And I've been looking at them as she announces the different colors, and there are a couple where I'm like, I don't know, I could really go for that. And then the other part of me is like, I really don't need any more yarn, but I don't know. I have to think about it. Okay, yeah, I like the way the shells look in this. It's really nice. I wonder if she'll do Greatest Hits tea at the same time as the Greatest Hits yarn. That would be interesting. I don't know. Can't remember if she said anything about that or not. But yeah, I definitely like this with shells. I don't know what I want to make with it. This is just a swatch, but I really like the way the shells look in this type of yarn. I like how fluffy they are. I like the little open space, and you can still see the holes where the next shell goes fairly easily, but it doesn't look too stark and empty in the empty spots. One thing I definitely would not try with this is anything involving cables. I mean, I have definitely seen fluffy mohair sweaters with cables. However, I'm pretty sure they were holding wool along with that. So I guess if you held it with wool, it'd be fine. But if you were just using alpaca, I probably wouldn't do anything with cables. I think it would drape too much, so it wouldn't hold the shape the way you would want. Alright. I mean, that'd be kind of a huge waste of this stuff anyway, if you tried to. Anyway. So that's my little swatch. I do. Oh, look how much fluffier it gets. I just brushed my hand over it for a second. I didn't even really do much to it. That is, wow. I think that actually is fluffier than the mohair I've worked with. It is, yeah, that's a lot more like Angora rabbit for sure. All right, cool. I really like this stuff. So that is probably going to be it for my stitch test for this. I'm going to spend some time trying to figure out what I want to make with it. If you have any suggestions, I would love to take them in the comments. I do think whatever I make with it, I'm going to hold some fingering weight yarn with it, just to make it so I can see the stitches a little bit better and give it a little bit more structure. I'm pretty sure it'll still be super fluffy no matter what I make though. Alright, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you again soon.